Transition into this. There we go. Hey, we should be live now. Hi, everybody. I'm just gonna double check it on. I'm just gonna double check it on my playback on my phone just to make sure that I'm doing everything right. Hey, look, there we go. There's a little there's a little delay, but that's okay. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the Dark Streets of Arkham, put on by me, and thank you to all of my participants who pay me money to run this for them. I got my Call of Cthulhu cup, so we're ready to go. I just want to say before we start that if anybody is watching this, viewer discretion is advised. Because we got a whole bunch of sailors here. Their mouths are basically sailors. They're like sailors. So, the wind-swept streets of Arkham blow some dust through the air as you can hear the howling of the wind coming through this crisp, cool autumn evening. For it is October 31st, 1923. And that is Halloween, for all of you who know that. It's a pretty quiet night in Arkham. Not much going on. There are dogs barking off in the distance. Every once in a while you can hear cars driving up and down the streets, but being a Saturday night, it's just not it's not that busy anymore thanks to Prohibition. Not a whole lot going on in the small city of Arkham, Massachusetts, which is located just a little bit north of Boston. Lovecraft Country is very close to it's kind of like it's I'm not doing a good job of explaining this. It's just a little bit north of Boston, but more inland. If any of you guys know where Gordon College is in Massachusetts, it's around that area. Actually, Miskatonic University is based off of Gordon College. At least that's what people think. Lovecraft based it off of a Christian college up in Massachusetts. Kind of ironic that Miskatonic University would be based off of a Christian college. But you can hear the barking of dogs in the distance. You can hear people talking. The sound of dress shoes and heels clipping and clopping up and down the cobble streets that are part of Arkham. And it's just a very nice, quiet evening, except for in Miskatonic University, currently, there is music and merriment coming through a ball is going on in the middle of Miskatonic University. It's being put on by the current mayor, Henry Topps, for he is looking for his donors and just anyone in general to vote for him. He is a very, very well-loved mayor. He's done a lot of great things for the social programs, for Arkham itself. But the problem is, what was supposed to be a pretty easy win, he has now faced a new candidate who seemingly came out of nowhere and is winning the people. And he is trying to win all of his constituents back by putting on this free ball. There's a party, there's music, there may or may not even be a little bit of booze. Vote for me, and I'll overlook this drinking. Because we could all use a stiff one here and there. We find ourselves. Oops, I have us on the wrong thing. There we go. We find ourselves in a nice smoke, cigar, and pipe filled ballroom with lots of people happy, drinking, having fun, having a good time. And that is where we will find our four intrepid investigators who, I don't know why this didn't get saved. I saved you to the token. Don't know why that. Update default token. Coolio. And we have. I'm just throwing you guys on the table right now. You can go wherever you wish to be part of this. I don't know if you guys are monitoring Discord. I have Discord going crazy. And Quinn, you're saying that the screen is black. Is it still black for you guys? I thought I turned dynamic lighting off. Okay. Let me go and please feel free to can you see it now? Okay. Yeah. I don't know why I had dynamic lighting on here. I didn't think I did. I should be able to. Well, this is embarrassing. Yeah, that's yeah, you are. I mean, everything in here should be. I don't have dynamic lighting on, as far as I know. Well, this is great. I might have to put us on a quick technical break just for 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Oh boy. Oh. All right, we're back. I am sorry about all that, everybody. I I used to use something called Astral VTT, um, and Astral VTT is defunct now. So, oh well. I loved Astral. Astral is what I was using for that one time we did that live stream a long time ago. It was a lot easier to deal with, but whatever. Okay. So back to this. We find ourselves in this ballroom, this party that Mr. Henry Tops up here is thrown on for you guys. He's mingling with the crowd. You do see, as what is normal, um, for the mayor just in general, is that he's got a couple off-duty police officers that he pays, as well as he pays the station for just to kind of help guard. Not that he needs much guarding, but just to kind of show a force in case anybody does anything weird. But nobody really does anything weird because he's well loved, except for right now. I don't know where all this Discord beeping is coming from. I should probably turn off my options because everybody's gonna hear that. Everybody's gonna hear that in the stream. So let me. I mean, you can if you need to talk to me. You could send it through Roll20. You got 2 tokens. Oh yeah. Whoops. Ha. First, first stream is gonna have a little bit of issues. Sorry, everyone. Um, but this is where I would. Finn, you disappeared for a second. This is where I would like to ask you guys to uh intermingle and introduce yourselves to the people at the party. Because via introducing yourselves at the party is also going to introduce yourselves to the stream. Got a whole bunch of people in here just talking around. You guys got an invitation to this, actually. You guys saw the I don't think I have the invitation up on the journal. No, not right now. But basically there was an invitation to this ball that anybody could come. It's free. So, a lot of people here, food, drink, merriment. Lots of people here as you can see. And please role play it out. Love it. Aha. Well, hello. I I very much appreciate it. It's been kind of weird that I feel like I'm behind in the polls, and it's just uncomfortable. I've won the last two pretty easily, hands down. But hey, I'm glad you're here. We're not here to talk about disappointment. We're here to talk about happiness, and I thank you for bringing more people to vote for me. Yes, Martin. He is a very nice guy. Very nice gentleman. My apologies. Um, and I always respect my opponents. He just seems to have a cult of personality about him that brings everybody to him. But as you probably know, my history here with Arkham is solid, and with the amount of social programs I have brought in and the amount of money that I have brought in, we're getting plenty of newcomers to Arkham, and I plan on doing that ever since the Great War. There's been plenty of veterans looking for work, and I hope to be the next bastion of oasis in a sense for them. And I hope that Arkham can continue to be that. Thank you so much. Um, Handshaking to a woman back then wouldn't have been very. It kind of gives you a little bow. He probably knows you, right? Or does he know of you? Okay. Father Antonio. I do what I can for my constituents, but I also just like to show my appreciation for the city. Of course. Of course, of course. We St. Mary's Hospital and St. Mary's Convalarium is touted as not only one of the best in Massachusetts, but the best on the East Coast. And we wish to keep that up. It's We try to bring the best doctors, the brightest minds, and why not continue funding them? I understand. If I recall, my opponent even wants to keep doing that. So even if I were to lose, it's still a win for the people. Yes. Good news for Arkham. I still hope to win, but my opponent is doing a very good job, and I very much salute him. Is How are your parishioners doing? Good. Good, good. And how about your head priest? Your head priest. How's he doing? Good, good. Well, I'll make sure to be there. You know what they say: sin on Saturdays, pray on Sundays. Probably not something priests say. Sorry. I will. I'll make sure to to confess per usual. I'm sure you've heard some of the things I've had to say, but I know that you got to keep that between you and me. I appreciate it. All of Arkham appreciates it. Oh yes, Lyle. He he reaches out to shake your hand. Finn, how are you doing, my old friend? Of course I am. He's the one who's been who's been pumping money into helping me create a an inland canal shipping empire, and he's the reason why I'm able to pay you such a hefty wage. Speaking of which, I got a job in about a week if you're willing to take it. It involves going up Miskatonic to the Hudson and going up upstate New York. It shouldn't be a hard job, but we just need to transport some things. Couple days. Are you in? Oh yeah, I mean, Hangman's Brook is barely even attached to Miskatonic, but it's always fun to talk about the ghouls, ghosts, and goblins that run amok in and around Arkham. And then he kind of gives you the elbow back. Especially on this All Hallows Eve, huh? Probably. And for those of you who don't know, I'm actually going to pull up what he's referencing. There is a newspaper that I gave them, which I'm going to uh, put up on screen for the stream so they can see it. But we can continue to roleplay. So yeah, he kind of gives you the uh, he doesn't go to shake your hand, but he kind of puts his hand on your shoulder if you're okay with that. He's been kind to you. He likes to hire you. While the viewers are reading this newspaper, today's newspaper, um, hold on one second. Let me just bring this down a little bit better for them. Yes. He's been mayor for 2 terms, so 8 years. They do 4-year terms here in Mass. At least here they do. Um, you guys will be able to see on screen, and then I'll show stream in just a second. There is a server who is going around with slices of really nice looking cake. So if you guys would like some cake, in there is on the top right of the screen, there is actually a bar there. Um, and there is a bartender there who is telling guests, he goes, listen, I did not specifically mix hops and barley together and let it ferment. Specifically, I make sure not to do that, because that would be against the law. However, I'm sure that every once in a while I have barrels that I accidentally let ferment. Um, and I may or may not have access to those right now. And he kind of winks at you. Ooh. Okay. So, yo. The players are not coming through on YouTube. Huh. I mean, I'm capturing your guys' audio.
Or not.
Yeah, just turn it back up and check.
Okay. I just bumped up my desktop audio. Hopefully you guys can be better heard now.
Testing. Can you hear us? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, just turn it back up and check.
I mean, I can hear you guys on my YouTube.
Is that better now?
Working.
You didn't miss anything important. I was just blathering.
Oh my gosh! Wow. Okay.
I was eating cake. That's the most important part of the day. I was having a cake and eating it very delicately.
Can you? One of you guys just check and make sure that you can hear yourselves on a YouTube stream?
Oh,
I can, but it looks like we're all our faces are frozen now.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing you guys frozen on mine too.
Technology, don't you hate it?
Yeah, we're frozen. I just turned my volume up on my tablet and I heard everything.
Yeah, you guys are frozen on my actual Discord.
You
That's probably
when you did something, you reloaded the stream over there. I saw your splash page, and then all the screens are locked up after that. So did you go to a different scene?
No, I threw it back to the original scene, but let me.
Yay, technology!
I know, right?
load of rubbish. Still, we wouldn't be playing this game at all without it.
True. At least not with each other.
No.
I wouldn't be playing it at all. Nobody here wants to play this.
I was just going to say, I wouldn't be playing at all. Deepest, darkest Bulgaria. There's not very many role players around.
Jeez.
They're not completely froze. They
Open that just a little bit quieter. Hi, hon. Hi. Are you on your way out? Okay. Love you. Yay! Hopefully, this is all good to go now. Can you... Okay, cool. I don't know, I just loaded up the original scene back. So.
Cool.
First stream is going to have a couple of hiccups. But for those who didn't hear, we were basically just role-playing how Tops knows a lot of these people. He understands. He knows. Lyle knows Finn. And I'm really apologetic that you guys couldn't hear our players.
I'm going to turn around to the... I'm going to turn around and talk to Kudro's character, whose name I've forgotten because you haven't changed your name on the screen. So you need to change that. My memory is too bad. I'll not get that.
I got you.
And I'm going to say, good to see you here. Are you voting for our good mayor?
No, I don't know. I'm playing it by ear for right now. I'm kind of investigating something in this town, and I'm really curious about this, our dear mayor.
That's a very wise thing to do. Investigate before you vote. Use your vote wisely. Then I'm gonna wander off and continue mingling, attempting to rustle up votes.
Do I get the gist from you before you walked away that that's what you were doing? Like really motivated? You really like the mayor?
Well, you probably know that I'm actually here under kind of almost his employ as a hostess,
Okay,
or
okay,
so that's the sort of thing that generally Beatrice gets involved in,
okay.
is knowing people and being known, and yeah.
I got you.
But I think that it'll probably be said that I'm a fan of what Mr. Tops has done
Mm.
to the town, and not necessarily partisan, but I honestly like what he does. So I don't think it comes across as particularly smarmy, which I say, if you want to think, then I wasn't being pushy. That's not how Beatrice would be. So
Yeah.
it'll probably come across as relatively kind of honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mosey after she walks away. I'll slowly go toward the bar to get a drink of something. I'm not sure yet, but after I have my little snacks.
So as you walk by, I will kind of stop you and walk over to the bar with you. Mr. Kovacs, not to be too intrusive, but did you say you were investigating the mayor?
Well, you overheard that, huh?
Well,
Well,
is it
yeah,
something
I've
we should be worried about?
no, it's personal. Um, it it's kind of the reason I haven't been in church, Pastor. There's a lot of things going on in my life, and I know I should come to you guys and talk, but I'm just going through some things.
Well, that's okay. I'm not here to judge you. Just know that we are here for you. Should you get in over your head?
I appreciate it, Pastor.
Whoops. Sorry, I accidentally played back over the mic.
And I say, what you drinking? We'll get you something. I'm sure it's free. I don't know. And
Yeah,
I'll order
everything's
it.
free.
I'm obviously sitting next to the pastor. I'm gonna get something non-alcoholic, so like for sure. So I don't care what a soda. I don't, whatever.
Yeah, I can easily get something that's non-alcoholic.
I'm going to step up to the far end of the bar away from them and also get something non-alcoholic.
You're gonna get something non-alcoholic too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk over and be like, I may or may not want some of what you may or may not have.
It's like, I have some things that you may want to have. I may not have it, wink wink. And then he kind of reaches down below. He reaches down below the bar, and you kind of hear a whoosh, and he kind of comes up with a foamy glass of beer, or foamy glass of liquid. It's like, this is just, I can't help that the apple juice foams so much, And then
Oh yeah, of course.
he gives it to you. As a matter of fact, the all four of these guards that are kind of just interspersed in the ballroom, they all happen to have a frothy glass of apple juice themselves. So
Okay, so after the bartender serves Finn, when he takes a drink, I'm gonna see the look on his face, and if it doesn't look like it's absolutely disgusting, then I'll have the bartender grab me one. I'll have one of those, please.
He goes, okay. And he goes, run frothy apple juice for my father friend. And then he kind of gives you a wink. He gives it to you.
Thank you, sir.
It's definitely better than like regular American brewed mass produced beers that we have these days, but it's definitely not like
Not hard though, that is it really.
it's definitely not like a Trappist.
Yeah, just come back from Belgium, I can tell you. Good God, they're good.
At least he didn't brew it in his bathtub. That's all I was worried about.
No, you can definitely tell that it is aged in a little bit of oak. So which one of you guys took some cake off of the plate?
Betty.
Betty took some cake? Okay. Betty, I'm gonna have you I'll let you make just a straight intelligence check. I'm realizing that we haven't rolled for luck yet, but don't worry, we're gonna do that soon.
So you have to remind me, it's been a while. So intelligence check, what's that?
So you're gonna go onto your sheet,
I want it.
character sheet, and just go to intelligence and click on it, and it should roll it for you. Yeah, you easily got a success there. The cake tastes great. As, there's a little bit of earthiness to it that you're not used to. It kind of tastes like they must have used a lot of like Dutch cocoa in it, heavily Dutched cocoa, because it's got like a deep roasted flavor to it that is really, really good, actually.
I'm gonna after taking a bite, I'm gonna call over the barman. I'm gonna say, I think you should potentially change up your caterer. You should ask the biscuit to do the cakes. They're much tastier than these. These are a little bit strange.
You identify the taste as mushrooms, as if somebody put mushrooms in the cake.
Yes, I'm definitely going to suggest that next time they do a party, they ask the biscuit to do the catering because their cakes are much nicer.
As Henry Tops goes to take a bite of this cake, the plate in which he is holding suddenly explodes, like it shatters, as
Crap.
well as a window that was in sight of him by this fireplace cracks and breaks.
I just walked over by him as you were saying that.
So yeah, you get covered in cake. It's not
mushroomy cake.
He's not hurt. He's startled, and just the cake, like the plate, as if itself exploded. It's not like a huge explosion, not like a fiery bomb explosion, but like it's poof. Like
I immediately kind of grab him by the elbow to help, like maybe he's gonna fall him backwards, and I try to just hold him up.
Okay,
you know, because him being in shock. He may I was so close. He may have thought I did something. I don't know.
At this point, I'm gonna have us all roll for the amount of luck that we're gonna have in this campaign. So, because we all need some luck for this game. So to do that, I'm gonna have you all roll 5d6, and then we're gonna add 30 to it. and that's how much luck we're going to start with.
How do we do that?
So you're going to go into your character sheets.
Yep. Looks like everybody else has got it, except for me.
Yeah, you could just write roll 5d6 in r/5d6. Should just
Oh, in
no
there?
wait, no, that doesn't do that. Gosh,
There's
that's
You
There's a
go
little
to the dice
toolbar.
thing on the side.
there's the toolbar on the side. Yeah,
There's a D20, and if you hover over that, it'll give you a little graph layout, and you can pick from there.
and you can roll 5d6. Now it looks like Betty just rolled her luck, which is not what I needed you to do.
No, I did. No, I don't know why I did that. I went in and edited my
Oh,
luck,
there it is.
and it came back. But I got 22. I did roll it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
gotta
you
click
did.
Edit mode first to
5.
type in.
I hit edit. Yeah, I think I didn't hit edit mode
D6.
first until I noticed edit mode. Yeah, that must be what I did.
5
edited it now.
D6, right?
Oof. And then we're gonna add
Oh,
30
Walter.
to that.
Yeah, I rolled
43.
horrible.
That's
So you're gonna go into your character sheets, make sure to put edit mode back on, and then put that into where luck is. And so your number plus 30.
I just wasted a success against luck. By the way, that's very bad news. I'll regret that.
I had the lowest. 1, 2, 2, 2, and a 6. I can
So-
almost not roll lower than that.
For those of you who might be watching this later on or who are watching this now, we did roll luck a little bit differently than how you'd normally roll luck. I am going to give these guys the ability to regain luck
Ooh.
throughout the campaign. So
Thank gosh.
don't
I
worry
need
about
it.
that.
You're gonna need
Be a very short campaign if you didn't.
They're not stuck with this luck forever, but this is what they're going to start with. And you'll see that I'm using some slightly different characteristic numbers and skill numbers. I wanted to keep these guys a little bit beefier than normal to start the campaign with. So if you're watching this and you're going, hey, these numbers look a little bit different, they're homebrewed numbers. They're not the standard array from the book. And what luck does in this game, for those of you who are new to Call of Cthulhu, luck is a currency that you can spend to help you pass checks. So, like, let's say I ask Cujo to make an investigate check or a spot hidden check, and he has a 30 and he rolls a 32. He can spend 2 points to pass to make it a 30. But I might also call for them to make a luck check in case they fall down a flight of stairs and they don't want to die. Well, they won't die, but if they don't want to get hurt, I might say, okay, make a luck check to see how lucky you are from falling down this stairs. So it is both a currency that you spend, but you also want to keep it so that you can stay lucky and not get hurt or not have silly things happen to you. So it's definitely one of my favorite parts of Call of Cthulhu is your luck is literally running out as you play. So,
that explains why Walter has so little, being a lawyer.
yeah, he's had to use it a lot.
We're already halfway to the dark side.
So Walter is able to kind of grab onto Henry.
Would I have noticed too, like when a plate doesn't just explode
Mhm.
in front of my face, and I don't know if I would have noticed. Did we hear breaking glass from behind me?
Definitely, yeah.
So would I assumed it might have been a gunshot? And like when I grabbed him, I kind of like was saying, "Get down!" Would I?
I would say that probably as a lawyer, you've probably been shot at before, especially in Arkham. Probably by the mob, who really likes to run part of this town. You would definitely, you would definitely have suspected that as some sort of gunshot.
I mean, and I carry, so I'm obviously familiar with gunshots as well. I mean,
I was gonna say if it was pretty clearly a gunshot, Finn would, hand in the coat, kind of ducking.
Oh yeah, I would say that anybody in any of the characters who have ever shot a gun before will probably recognize that as a gunshot.
okay.
And we basically immediately get all 4 guards kind of running up to Tops. And a whole bunch of people like start screaming, they all kind of jump down. And there seems to be, well, everybody kind of is down and like hushed and like waiting to hear what like they're supposed to do next. What would you guys like to do?
Okay, well here's what I'm gonna do. Since this window just like basically blew up right behind me, and I'm pretty sure it was a gunshot, I am going to step directly in front of it and try to block as much of the view inside the room from the window as possible, and adjust my glasses and look confused.
Do we
Okay.
hear another gunshot?
You don't.
As he
Actually,
walks in front of the window. Bam! Another gunshot.
I would actually like either Antonio can either make a listen or a spot hidden check.
Ooh.
Kovacs, I would like you to make a spot hidden check for me.
Yeah, I was gonna even say like, are you hurt? That type of thing. Have you been hit?
Mayor Tops is like, I don't think so, and like he's like looking at his hands, and he's like, he doesn't look like he's been hurt. By your original, like your just quick overlook of him, he looks fine. He's definitely startled. Antonio sees like there's some hedges outside. There's a like a little fountain park with some hedges, and he sees a hedge move outside, but it's too dark from the brightness of the room inside looking out. It's kind of hard to see what's in there or what was in there. He can just see the movement of the hedge. Definitely not from the wind. It's definitely from something that was in there. But what Kovacs sees is there's actually a little indent over here in the wall where it looks like the round might have landed.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I can go investigate that area and see if I can see the size of the hole, possibly, or what it may have hit, or if it's just if you're talking about like if it's just a shell. The round went right through the wall, I'm assuming, but I don't know. But
Well, you can go. Oh, yeah, you're over there. No, actually, what you're able to kind of pop out of there is. Let me show you this. I'm going to show this to you guys. You guys should be able to see it.
okay. Yes.
This is what the round looks like to you. It's definitely smaller than even a 22. It's almost like it comes from a pellet gun. Actually, you could basically tell it comes from a pellet gun.
Yeah. Okay.
Make my way over to man, I'm terrible with names. My friend here, my employer, and just be like, not the fireworks I was expecting tonight.
Lyle is everyone starts to get up as the guards are like, okay, I think one of the guards kind of comes over with Walter and sees that it's basically looks like a pellet gun, and he's like, okay, that probably isn't going to kill anybody, so everybody's okay, we're safe, but just be careful. And Lyle goes, yeah, it's... Ooh, that's pretty crazy. uh, cake plates don't usually just explode.
Are all the other participants that are here or people that are here, are they doing anything? Are they not panicking or anything? Or
I mean,
are they leaving? Are they running out of the building?
They're staying here because the guards are basically the guards who are police are basically just like, okay, everybody just stay here for a little bit. We need to make sure everything is okay. The coast is clear.
Stay away from the windows. Put the pastor in front of the window.
They are encouraging people to kind of stay away from the windows. I'm not going to move them all individually, but basically they're kind of putting some chairs up against the windows, just to kind of stop anything from happening.
Before you get too far,
I'm gonna lean over the bar and ask if he's got something harder than frothy apple juice, just quietly.
Yeah, he takes a swig from his flask and goes, "Here you go."
I'll have a small sip and pass it back. Sorry, Quinn, as you were.
I think that was Miller going.
Yeah, Miller.
That's okay. I just want to beckon one of the guards closer. Guard. He's in the bushes there. Do you see?
He comes over and he goes, "Okay, we'll have to go out there."
Well, don't let me stand in your way, and I'll take a step back.
Tops kind of looks like he picks up like some of the crumbs of the cake, and he looks at it. He sniffs it. He goes, "Is there mushrooms in here? I'm deathly allergic to mushrooms. Who put mushrooms in here?"
And as he says that, I happen to been walking back up toward him. And I'm going to say, I hear him say that, of course. And I'm like, so either someone wants you dead or someone's trying to save you. And who made this cake?
I don't know. A lot of this food came from donors that are here or not here. A lot of them named, a lot of them unnamed. I don't know who brought the cake. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
The guards actually come over to you, Kovacs. They're like, "Listen, we're off duty. It's part of our protocol that we have a witness to come help us with the investigation. Since you're a lawyer, we're wondering if maybe you and if you had anybody else that could come with us to witness. We're going to go out to the hedge and just make it a quick investigation."
Sure.
It's just standard protocol. Because we're off duty, we need some people with us.
All right. So
Go along as well.
yeah. So we go outside. Which way is that? Out the front? That's the top of the board.
There's a door right here.
Okay.
Which happens to be where the shot came from, that side of the building anyway. So, lucky you guys. And I am going to quickly move you guys over to a new place. I'm hoping you guys can see this, but if you can't, then I'll have to try to reveal it. I also realized that I don't think I put your characters on here yet. So let's throw everybody.
I did notice in our conversation that we left a little bit early, and that I did get like an answer of like who would want to kill you, or who would want to kill you or is trying to save you, obviously from this cake. But I didn't give him enough time to answer that.
Yeah, and how many people know he's allergic to mushrooms?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask my employer if I get a shipping manifest of who's been shipping stuff in to make cakes, just to narrow it down.
Lyle will say, manifest shows a couple different companies have shipped in things like flour, baking soda, that kind of stuff. The only people that have shipped in mushrooms lately are the people who work below the warehouses, or not below the warehouses, the people who work in that Italian restaurant, if you know what I mean. You would know that the Italian restaurant's run by the mob.
Yeah.
Those are the only people that I know of, but it wasn't like that much. But I guess you don't need that much if they were trying to kill somebody. But I'm not saying that they were, because I don't really want to lose them as a client. They pay me pretty well. Therefore, they pay you pretty well.
Yeah, this information came from an anonymous donor. Let's put it that way.
Okay, thank you. Antonio, down about here is where you saw the hedge moving.
Are there guards with us, and they're just not on the map?
Yeah, there are two with you. There's two inside. I just didn't pull them over with you guys, but just pretend that they're there. They have their firearms out now. One of them has a artillery Luger with a carbine stock on it, and then the other guy just has a 1903 bolt-action rifle that he kind of pulled from behind one of the curtains in the ballroom.
So I'll point over to the bush and be like, over here, gentlemen. This is where I saw the bushes move shortly after the shot was fired. And it looked like he went this way. I'll walk them over there.
Yeah, I'll make anybody who's going over there can make a spot hidden check for me.
I don't know if it'd be wise to, you said the cops or the security has pulled their pistols.
Yeah.
I want to pull mine too.
Fine. Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Same.
But I'm going to keep a little bit of distance. I'm not. The pastor's running right up there into the bushes. I'm just like,
There
I
it
got
is.
your back, buddy. And get in front of that window. I'm going to shoot.
The armor of God there.
I'm definitely standing back as well, just watching what the hell these people are doing and wondering.
So, Antonio, you find this in the floor, or in the grass. It looks like it's been pierced and used. But it says caution contents under pressure. And that's really all you find. Oddly enough, you don't see any footprints or anything like that. All you see is that.
What you got there? What'd you find?
So I'll squat down and adjust my glasses. I'm not going to touch it yet. Take a look. It definitely looks like a CO2 canister from an air rifle.
Are these kids playing around? What's going on with this? They aren't going to try to kill anybody with that.
Sure, but it definitely supports the theory that someone was trying to save the mayor from
Yeah,
eating the
clearly.
mushrooms.
Yeah, I mean,
We knew about his allergy. I
And
didn't know.
knew that someone was trying to kill him. Don't see where they went off to, though.
it is peculiar that somebody's trying to save them from outside of the festivities when they clearly could have just been inside and told them not to eat the cake. They clearly knew that they didn't want to be seen or be even known to be at this party.
And it was a lot of luck that just as he was about to eat the cake, he was in sight of this bush where they were waiting.
At the right angle.
With no one in the way. And I'm going
Yes.
to look at Antonio.
It's very risky. It's very risky for them to save him.
That's throwing some dice right there.
Well,
Did any of you know about Mayor Tops's allergy?
No, I barely know the mayor.
I know him quite well, and I didn't know about it.
Same here.
we should probably ask him who all knows. And this canister here, do any of you have any connections with the police department? Maybe we should see if there's fingerprints on it.
Actually,
I would probably know the police. There's someone in the police department if needed.
actually, conveniently, the two guards are actually going to say, "Can you come with us to the police department?" Just so we have witnesses for the chain of custody with evidence.
I'm happy to do that.
You
Certainly,
may
certainly.
all notice that I don't recommend talking to the police department. That you just don't even. I'm not like all game for it, and I don't say, "Yeah, let's do that." But I go ahead and I do that.
Okay.
But you don't hear me. You don't hear me like say that. Like, yeah, let's go. You know, I'm not down for that.
I would just be like, I need to check on a shipment.
Okay. Before we move on, may we take a bio break?
That's a good idea.
Yep. Can use one myself.
Okay, everybody, we'll be right back. We're all gonna go pee-pee.
Chain.
Yeah, we'll have to do a stream that is just a correction stream and stuff, and try to fix all the technical.
I don't care what he's got. He's got something. He, she, doesn't matter.
It.
It's all good.
Yeah, no, even though I technically know how to use Roll20, literally every session I got some token messed up somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's
He's not lying.
I like I said, I used to use Astral, and Astral was just so much easier in my opinion. But it was only being run by like 5 people, and they just didn't have the budget or the time to keep it going. I was tempted to buy it from them, but
Wow.
I didn't have the money to do it.
Probably a good thing you didn't. It's a good way to set money on fire, that.
I agree.
I'm just eating some cake. Sorry, 1 second.
You had to get some real cake.
In game or out of the game?
Doesn't taste the mushroom. Must be out of game. Actually, it's cake that my mum made for me. So how about that?
Oh.
She's over at the moment, and it's mummy cake. Brilliant. Very nice.
Beard's mom.
Yep. She makes brilliant fruit cake.
Ooh.
So when you ate
Very
the
nice.
cake in game, did you taste mushroom?
Yeah.
Ugh,
Did.
gross. Did you puke?
And
it up?
I suggested they change their supplier.
Funny enough, if you ever want to kill me, Justin, I'm also allergic to mushrooms. So
too bad.
That is
Mushrooms-
such a sad story because mushrooms are awesome.
When he said the mushroom thing, I thought you were going to go down a different route. It's
no.
not that
Yes.
he was allergic. I thought it was some
They're
kind
trying
of
to trip him.
hallucinogenic drug. Yeah,
I was expecting to start hallucinating when you said that.
I know. That's right. When you ate the cake, even when he just said, "Who ate the cake?" I'm like, "Oh crap!
Oh,
Here we go."
God.
Here we go.
Right then, shall we?
Beard's done.
It's been a nice yeah. I'll roll up another character.
So you guys are agreeing to go to the police station.
Yes, I'm agreeing brightly and happily. Walter is grumbling, and I think that Finn has run away. Have you?
Finn's not going.
Okay, stream. If you're watching this, you'll still be able to hear us. I'm just going to.
You need another screen.
So the police aren't driving us all there, are they? Meet you at the. Okay.
Like forcing you to come or anything. Like they asked you to, because that's like it's part of their protocol, but like they're not like, you're coming to the station with us.
Yeah. Okay.
They're not like
Is
that.
it immediate or is it after? Are they finishing the political events or are we going? straight
No,
to-
everybody's actually starting to disperse and go home now. So thank you for asking that.
Okay.
I mean, I probably would actually go along. I'm just not thrilled about it.
So after you guys decide that you guys want to go to the police station, and I'm like, all right, how we all getting there? Anybody want to ride with me, or everybody got their own ride?
Quinn went bye, and he accidentally
Yeah, he's lost his camera.
he actually replaced himself on my stream with
I've seen
Beard
that.
and Quinn went back flip flopped with each other. There we go. Now we're back.
Sorry, the wife stole the nice camera because she plans on streaming, and I've got the janky one.
It's okay. My fiance came in and scared the crap out of me. So
That's good for the Call of Cthulhu game. Very
Yeah.
suitable.
all right. So you guys are. What are you doing right now?
Well,
I
since he
will
offered, I'll go ahead and ride with Mister.
I'll ride with Walter as well. Yeah.
Wanted.
Yeah, Walter
Alright,
has
so
a nice
right
car.
this way. I got a car parked around here, and show them where we're parked at. And how far is the police station from here?
You guys are currently. Let me pull
Are we
up the
across
map of
town?
Arkham. So you guys are kind of roughly in this area, and then the police station is down here. So it's just a couple
Yeah.
blocks over.
I will have walked.
That's why I was
Right next to
asking
the
if
place.
someone else would want to walk. You gonna
I'll
walk a
ride
couple
with you.
blocks? All right.
I'll point to my heels and say, I'll ride with you.
All right. So we all hop in. We take off down College Street toward the police station.
Nice. You're actually gonna go past. Depending how you go, you're gonna go past Betty's house.
Yeah, go down Walnut Street and wave at the nice cake shop.
So as
And
we're
we drive
driving,
past,
The
as we
nice
drive
cake
past-
shop that does not put mushrooms.
I'll say
in-
they don't put mushrooms in their cakes, and I can highly recommend their cream bun. It is superb.
so that we'll say that as I'm driving down
I've been
College
driving
Street,
past you.
I was gonna turn right, and you speak up, say no, keep going, a couple more streets ahead, then turn.
Go
And
down
I-
Walnut Street. Yeah.
I'm saying, oh, yeah, no problem, and we end up going right by the bakery, and do you tell me to stop in?
No. Just say if you want a nice cake that doesn't taste of mushrooms,
So yeah, we're just taking a
bob
look.
in there.
Yeah, they wouldn't be open right now. It's about
it's
9 o'clock at night. So
Oh, okay.
not too many people out on the streets anymore. It is a little bit foggy out, and the street lamps are kind of what help give the light off. Even your headlights are kind of obscured by some of the fog that likes to stay. Arkham just really likes to stay foggy, especially during the cooler temperatures. It's about 49 degrees out.
Can you say that in
Fahrenheit.
real numbers?
I don't know what that is in non-freedom units. I forget.
I was
I would-
waiting for that.
but that's
So we're literally
Close
going to
to
the
12,
police station at 9 something at night. This is
Yeah.
like okay. Is it like a 1-horse show there when they're like one person working tonight, or is it full crew?
you don't know yet. As you pull in to the police station, it doesn't really look like a huge hustle and bustle is going on right now. Mayor Tops has actually done a really good job of cleaning up crime over the past couple of years. The biggest crime that he really has to deal with is like petty thieves, because the mob doesn't really do much like that he could catch anyway. Like they're really good at staying under the radar for everything that they do. Plus, it's pretty well known throughout the at least Betty would probably know this. Finn would probably know this, that the low lives, the street urchins all kind of talk, and they all know that the mob does like to give large donations to Tops and his campaigns. So, he usually looks the other way if they do happen to do something that is easily prosecutable. So the police station actually looks very quiet right now. And as you guys pull in, let me see. if I
So
can-
then, just to clarify, if I know that the mayor's got some shadiness, because so do I, then the mob being the only ones to purchase mushrooms would seem strange to me.
That's all that Lyle told you. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Can you guys see this map?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep. I didn't like do a whole lot of crazy windows and stuff with this. But you know, you hear some like CB radios going off. Telephones aren't really still a big thing for them right now in 1923. There are some police call box alerts, but they basically are blinking blue lights on a wall, but none of them are going off right now because there's nothing really going on. If you walk into this room, well, the police officers kind of shuttle you into this room, and you see a couple of clerks drinking coffee and just like typing away on typewriters. But there looks to be like a gentleman right here who looks really tired and is actually in bathrobes right now. And he's smoking a cigar. And he's a big, tall, brawny African American gentleman. Who, like I said, he's wearing basically robes and slippers, even like he wasn't supposed to be here, and he's just like looking down at the desk and just like rubbing his temples. And the police go, "That's Detective Levard."
Is that him? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to walk up to Detective Levard, who I know, and I'm going to say, "Well, what an interesting night."
Detective Levard goes, why can't I get just one night of goddamn rest?
I'm gonna kind of perch on his desk, a little bit of leg showing, you know. I know the feeling. But what can you do? At least we've got strong men like you keeping us safe.
Ugh. I got more rest in the Argonne Forest than I did the past couple of days here.
Yeah.
We got a call. You guys must be the witnesses that Mayor Tops had an incident.
Yes. Well, I had some cake which had mushroom in it, and then as Mayor Tops was about to take a bite, blammo! A bullet came in through the window and shot the cake out of his hand.
I pull out of my inside pocket the little slug that we found. Yeah, so it looks like a pellet gun. Doesn't look intentional, like he was trying to be assassinated. It looks like it was intentionally trying to shoot the cake out of his hand, which is pretty miraculous in itself.
Detective Levard has probably what is the biggest frown on his face that you've ever seen on somebody. And he just like he looks like really, really disheveled right now. Any of you guys who would like to make a psychology roll on him, you may.
Yep.
Pick you up on that.
Oh, are we all doing it?
Anybody who wants to.
How can I have failed? Dear God, rolled too well.
Not something Finn would even think to do.
Cujo, you actually passed with a hard. So, Gene, or his name is Gene. You actually know, Cujo, you actually know this guy. He's one of the detectives on obviously, he's one of the better detectives in Arkham. And he kind of pulls you off to the side. He goes, "Listen, can I take you into a room and show you some stuff? And I don't mean to involve you and all your friends, but I think I need some help here."
Sure. Let's go. And just so you know, I have a black screen, so I can't move my mini around. You just have to drag me around.
You have a black
you
screen.
can't
Yeah. I'm watching on
Refresh the
YouTube, though, so I can see what you're looking at. I mean, I can see.
Refresh the page, maybe. That might fix it for you.
Me?
Yeah,
I'll
I
try.
guess F5. That might work.
So
Sometimes works for me.
we're also down in the bottom left. You might need to zoom out.
Oh right, yeah. You might need to zoom in.
I think I might have masked some of this
Oh wow, it's
place.
yeah, I can see it. It's super tiny. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I think I might have accidentally masked some of this. So
Yeah, we can see the room we're in and a little room to the bottom right. That's all we can see, and the entrance hall. Nothing else.
That's why I missed it, guys.
here, I'll just reveal all that. Can you guys see that now?
Yep.
Top right. Yep.
Okay. I don't remember fog of waring this, but I guess I did. So he's going to bring you into his office.
I'm gonna sit on the couch at the back. Pull out a cigarette and a cigarette holder and light it.
He offers you a light if you want to take his.
I will take the light from him. Absolutely, yes.
He does offer a cigar and a light to anybody who wants it in there.
Are we all in there?
If you'd like to, I mean, he's asking. He kind of asked Walter to bring you guys in with him. So I guess that's up to you if you follow Walter.
Walter's not the only one that's not in it.
Yeah, I'm coming. I guess I'll move.
Hey.
Just stand in the corner like
And like I told you guys, this is really the only linear part of the campaign. After this, you guys can do whatever you want. I just need to set up the world for you guys.
Hey, that's no
So
problem.
I appreciate you cooperating by going in with him.
Yeah, it's a good thing I didn't say, actually, can you drop me off here? I'm going to bed.
That would have been a little rough. Oh, okay. He goes
Before he starts, I might ask him like, so why was the security so low there? I mean, this is a big election for him. He's losing, or he feels that way. There's a lot of stuff going on. He has a couple guards inside, but I mean, there's nobody outside. You know, is this all we got?
This is basically he hires anybody who's off duty. He's in charge of his own security detail. The chief, from what I understood, thought that we didn't really need to provide much extra for him. He normally provides it himself anyway. With the police chief on vacation, it's just, he made the call to just have a couple of off-duty guards. I'm gonna pull. He kind of reaches into his desk and pulls out a deformed round that looks just like the one that you showed him. Actually, he pulls out 4 more.
I take one of them and I kind of examine it compared to mine. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty much all the same.
Gotcha.
And then he takes like a big drag from his cigar and goes, oh. And he reaches in to another file drawer under his desk and pulls it out. And he goes, I'm going to show you something. I'm hoping... I don't mean to pull you into this, but with the chief not here, I'm kind of in command, and I'm calling the shots, and I think I could use a new set of eyes on this. And
stand up and walk over.
He's going to pull up one thing. He's going to pull out a first piece of paper, and he's going to show it to you. And I'm going to keep it open for a while so that chat can read it. I'm gonna show it to you guys. It goes,
It's not come up yet. Has everyone else got it?
Nope.
I should have it
Nope.
as shown to you guys.
Nope, it's not in
Yeah.
it's not in the journal yet either.
Okay, let me put it in all
problem.
here. Let me put in everybody's journals then.
Got it.
This isn't the first round, obviously, that we've seen over the past couple of days. We had a Lyle Traver, who I'm sure most of you know. He was well, the sailor here probably knows. He's in charge of Miskatonic shipping. And he and his employees are huge supporters of Mayor Tops. And he's a big donor. And he almost bit the bullet the other day. As you can see on my report here. Just a couple days ago.
Warning: contents under pressure. Did we bring the
Yeah. He pulls out a little baggie with 4 of them. He
We
puts
found
that
one
in.
like that as well.
Yeah, interesting that electric light shattered.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like that deformed round might have caught it.
Where did you find these other 4 deformed rounds then? Were they at the Mr. Lyle's at that scene?
No. We had a couple other people. If you guys will have access to seeing this now in your journals. But
Yeah.
feel free to take notes on it too.
Oh, yeah.
No, we found them in a couple other places. He's gonna pull out another report. I just want to make sure that chat can see this, and I guess they can pause it and read it if they want to.
These CO2 canisters are not something we're familiar with.
No. This is. I mean, if you were in, yeah, you know what? Maybe I would say that you understand that what it is, but like it's not something that everybody probably has access to. I should have showed you
Estelle.
the new one. This is Estelle. Another one, same day. Very similar to this in a way. These
I
ballistic.
asked,
Oh,
go
sorry.
ahead. I was gonna say I asked Gene with that first document we looked at with Lyle. It's clearly under your investigation that the branch didn't look like it fell off naturally, but Lyle insisted on squashing the case. Did you have any leads? Who you thought could be behind this?
No, I mean our city workers said that it was supposed to fall. It looked like it was going to fall anyway. So,
But you
Lyle,
found this casing or this
yeah,
slug there, and you're linking these together for some reason. So
the
I'm
reason
seeing
why
that you're curious.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why I'm linking them together is because they all happen to have this same weird pellet round kind of going off near these people. I don't. That's the only thing I can think of that's linking them together. Uh, But the only reason why I'm even bringing you into this is just because you got, unfortunately, you were front row seats of the latest attempt, and since you're all witnesses, I had to ask you about it.
Understood.
So both of these reports seem like very strange occurrences, but can have natural explanations. So a branch that was going to fall off anyway, a blockage in the sewer, but you don't think they were accidental, do you?
I mean, in my line of work, ma'am,
Coincidences.
I don't really like to take coincidences as fact.
Well, I'll tell you what's not a coincidence is that the event that happened tonight was either an attempted suicide or someone saving somebody's life, the mayor's life. And if we're linking these together, then we're already suggesting that these ones were not of natural causes. And this slug was linked for some reason. Now we may not know why, but we have to expect that there's something going on at these other cases.
It strikes me that
I
both
agree.
times the gun went off and the slug was fired, it actually saved the person's life, and we witnessed that this evening.
Unfortunately, that's not the case for Mrs. Emmett Woods.
You're going to make me, yes. So the pattern is broken already.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mrs. Woods didn't make it. She had quite the sad death, runaway dumpster down a hill. Oddly enough, the fire escape, had it fallen down before it hit her, it would have blocked the dumpster. But
So again, someone tried to save her life.
yeah, big
Too late.
big supporter, just like Estelle of Mayor Tops.
So all of these people are big supporters of Mayor Tops.
Yeah, Mrs. Emmett Woods also has a decent amount of employees that would have that really like Mayor Tops as well.
I say, Beatrice, you're a big supporter of Tops. Are you worried about anything? Have you been followed recently, or
Everyone knows me. Everyone
does
watches
this
when I
make you
walk
nervous?
past. Everyone watches when I walk past. Everyone knows me. I wouldn't notice anything different.
Does this make you
And no,
nervous?
it doesn't. No, it doesn't make me nervous. It seems like there's a guardian angel out there looking out for us.
We got one last one I'd like to show you guys. Show you all.
You Janus.
Fortunately, Mr. Janus.
You
Oops.
Janus.
That's not what I meant to do.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Mr. Janus. He also had some issues.
I am such a little child.
Mr. Janus has an unfortunate name.
I mean, I'm the one who called him that.
You Janus.
It's actually Dr. Janus.
Yeah.
What's funny is I pronounced that differently until he said that, because I play a video game. There's a name with that. It's called Janus or Giannis. It's not
Hugh Giannis.
how you're saying it.
I did notice in the previous report a couple of other fun names. Simon Garfunkel.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dr. Hugh Janus passed away as well. It's crazy. If that awning had come down just a couple seconds before, he wouldn't have died.
So this particular shooter is 3 for 2 at the moment.
I would probably say 3 for 5.
3 wins, 2 losses.
At least he's in the positives. Or she.
Or it.
Yeah, weird.
Doctor-
No footprints.
Was Dr. Janus also a supporter of the mayor?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Dr. Janus and a lot of his students at Miskatonic. Weird, I don't know, theoretical physicist or something. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know how physics can be a theory. As far as I know, it just happens, but whatever. He gets paid more than me just to theorize about things. And here I am dealing with bullshit like this.
He's dead, you're not.
Fair enough.
Obviously, you're hanging on to all these cases, and you kind of linked them together. You had to, at some point, you're kind of putting this together, and now this final piece of a puzzle is kind of coming together, and you're really linking them together now. But it's funny how your investigation process, you just kind of, a lot of these people have just pushed you away and said, hey, don't worry about it, or in some cases, death. So I'm kind of unhappy with investigations around here with my past, and I just feel like we're dropping the ball here. We're not. There's something going on with these Italians or whatnot. You know how they are.
I haven't been able to link it to anybody as of yet. It's really hard to link something to somebody if I can't even get a damn fingerprint. If I can't get a fucking footprint.
Yeah.
Not even a damn string of hair or something that came off their suit.
I'm going to reach out and I'm going to pat him on the shoulder and I'm going to say, look, we'll help you. We'll do what we can. Calm yourself down. Don't worry about it.
Picked a wrong week to stop sniffing glue.
Well, I'll ask around the docks. You stay away from there.
I'll put my word on my network and see what I can find out.
Okay. I appreciate it. Yeah, there's not much more I can really think of to do right now. Honestly, from what I understand, our med techs went and made sure that Meritops was fine. I'm gonna actually post some security around the mayor's mansion. I know that a couple of our beat cops probably are gonna groan at that, but we need to make sure that he's okay. So yeah, I'm gonna just post a couple of people around him, and then honestly, I'm gonna try to get some sleep. This has been a rough couple of nights, as you can see here in Arkham. We haven't had anything like this happen for as long as I've been here, and I've been here since a year after the war, so about 4 years. I was even a beat cop. I was on the ground and I got promoted, and I've never seen anything like this. So anyway, I'm actually gonna try to grab some shut-eye here, be as close as I can in case anybody needs me.
We definitely have some investigating to do.
We'll do what we can.
Listen, I'm going to, as acting chief right now, whenever chief should return sometime after the election, we'll, for now, I'll just try to keep the heat off of you guys and basically allow you to work as PIs with my consent. No, maybe not consent is the right word. Basically, I'll keep everybody off of your tails. And if you guys need to do things to figure out what's going on, you have my blessing.
Just out of interest, is it common for the chief to go on holiday at such an important time for the town?
No, we're the other mayor, the Martin. He the other candidate, he actually paid for the chief to go on a nice vacation. So
Things awful convenient.
That's very unusual. And would you have said that the chief is normally the kind of person to accept such an offer?
never he's pretty much addicted to his work, so it was a little bit odd. But
Whereabouts has he gone?
I don't know. He just said that he was leaving the country for a little bit.
So there's no way to get in touch with him?
Leaving the country.
Nothing on. He's left nothing for us. He basically just locked his office and said he'll be back in a week or two.
May I suggest that you put some of your officers to protect the other mayor candidate, just in case, this is cross-party.
Okay, that's a good idea. I can go ahead and do that.
And maybe ask them to report back on his movements. For his own safety, of course.
He kind of makes a note, and then he kind of rips it off, and he calls in one of the officers, and he gives it to him. And the officer kind of nods his head, and he leaves the room. I was like, "Yeah, we can do that."
I'm gonna, on my cigarette, put it out in his whatever cigarette tray and say, right. Interesting. Very interesting. And I'm gonna go and sit back down.
Should probably have a word with Lyle.
Okay, if you want to go and have a word with Lyle, you can.
Do I have a copy of the police report, or did he just show it to us?
He can give you a duplicate. Give you a duplicate of all of them. He says if you need anything, you can come back here. But as of right now, I'm just gonna kind of try to grab some shut-eye myself.
Hey, kind of read how serious he is, or is he coming across the legit?
Well, you can make another psychology roll on him.
I mean, if I've already done that, I mean,
As of right now, he doesn't
Yeah.
seem to be making. Like he seems genuinely tired and just like he's just out of it right now. Like not maybe out of it, but like he seems really tired, fatigued. But
this whole conversation that we've all been having in the room here, it seems honest as much as
yeah,
our
his
take
body
on
language reads like he's not lying to you. He just is just
it. Okay.
he just needs some help.
All right.
As you guys are preparing to leave, he forgot. He says, I forgot to mention we do have a discretionary fund, and I'll tap into that to help you for your services.
Oh, that's awful nice of you.
Much appreciated.
He basically right now he just puts $50 on the table and says, "This is for right now. If you need anything."
Thank you, sir.
I think the priest should take that.
Oh, I can hold on to it for you if you'd like.
Is there a number we can ring or an extension to get a hold of you if we find something?
So he basically gave you the equivalent of $867. Yeah, any local call box around, when you pull the call box, just ask for me.
All right.
Or you can come directly here, up to you. And he's actually gonna get back down on the sofa that Betty was on, and basically kick off his kick off his shoes.
Say, please have a rest. It looks like you need it more than I. You'll head off, yeah.
Right now, I'm gonna throw us onto the map of Arkham.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'd probably head out, but I don't know where we're going next. We need to talk about that. Or I mean, it's 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock by now.
It's roughly 10 o'clock now, so up to you guys on what you'd like to do.
I'm going to say, well, we're only just around the corner from my flat, so if we want to come and have a chat and work out where we're going to start with this investigation.
I hope you didn't say light cap.
Not a nightcap. I said a chat.
Please, Betty. Stop.
I said a chat and a discussion. There is no alcohol in my house, I can tell you. Not that you'd find, anyway.
Wink, wink, nod, nod.
Yeah. You'd have to work harder than that to get to my special liquid.
I'll agree to that. We'll talk this out before we finish the night off to figure out what our plans are. Are we going to work as a team and all that kind of stuff? What is the deal?
I don't suppose you've got a map for my flat, have you?
I don't have a floor plan of your flat. I'm sorry.
We'll have to get that sorted out.
I mentioned it might be good to follow up with the surviving people. One of them is my friend, so he might be willing to talk.
Yeah.
Good.
That's a good idea.
I think another thing we should do is check sporting goods stores and see if we can find who's selling the little air cartridges. Maybe who's buying them.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
That's actually a really good idea.
And I think we should ask around to see if we can find out where the chief went.
Yeah, that's awful suspicious that the mayor's rival sends the police chief off on a vacation, and meanwhile, all of the the incumbent mayor's supporters are dying off.
Or nearly dying. Yes.
Or nearly dying.
I need to ask questions at that bakery too. About I'd like to order a cake with some mushrooms in it, see if they would actually do it. If they were asked to.
I'm going to turn to him and say, "Are you insinuating that my bakery was the one that baked the cake?"
I don't rule anything out, sir.
Those, sir,
ma'am.
Excuse me.
I forgot. I'm looking at it, sir.
This is not 2023. What you see is what you get. I'm going to say, I could.
Is it the only bakery in town? I mean, is
I can,
there?
I can assure you that it was not my bakery. I know their cakes. I eat them every day.
Well, that was the first thing on my mind. So it's like I'm not even sure if there would be another bakery, but we just talked about it. You pointed it out, and so it would be on my mind to make sure I check bakeries to see who would be willing to put some mushrooms in the cake, which is never put in cakes.
Mhm.
If requested, and see
It's
what
a
the
fair point.
reactions are.
It's a fair point.
Let me just do something really quick for you guys.
It could also be handmade. So
Hmm.
I mean, homemade. It's not going to be bought. But
It would be interesting to get a list of who donated what. The
Yeah.
mayor said that everything was donated. Oh no, the mayor, the barman
Some of it
said
was
everything was
anonymous,
donated.
though.
yeah, anonymous.
Was it anonymous?
Well, I
It'd
just
be interesting. It could
mentioned to
be,
you
but it'd be
guys.
interesting to find out. And if it was anonymous, then who delivered it? Someone must have dropped
mentioned to
them
you
off.
guys that the shipping manager, a friend of mine, said the Italians are the only one who have been shipping in mushrooms, but they like tops. It doesn't make any sense.
Hmm. But we should find out who donated the cakes to the party. Who dropped them
Right.
off?
Guess we could ask the Italians who they sold the mushrooms to.
Hmm.
Yeah, they probably sell them to everybody though. I mean, mushrooms are for they're
So,
distributing them everywhere.
there will be an updated map I'm gonna put on here for the next game, but down here, here I'll just make a little mark on it right now. Let's see here. There's a store called Hunter's Paradise down here. I know you were looking for outdoor stores, outdoor sporting goods. And then up this way, up this way, is where Lyle lives. And then it's also over here is where, Estelle Smith lives. They both live in the French Hill District because they're rich.
I'm barely in the French district, guys. I'm just like on the outskirts.
I think Finn would know better than to take his disheveled fisherman-looking self over to the French Quarter in the middle of the night. So I'm gonna leave Lyle alone until tomorrow.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Are we going to we have a few things we want to do tomorrow, or are we trying to talk? Is there anything we can get done tonight? Is there anything that is even doable tonight? Seeing the time of day.
There's
so. I
nothing
mean,
really open right now.
Pretty hard to investigate at night too.
yeah, we could try to track down people from the party, like whoever set it up for the mayor.
Hmm.
And go down by the pier. A lot of shady folks out there late at night.
Well, I would, Justin, I would know, wouldn't I, who organised the do, because they would have contacted me to come along and be a hostess. So I would be able to go and talk to the person that organised it to find out about who supplied the cakes.
Yes. Hold on one second. I just need to look at my handwritten notes. It's easier to look at my handwritten notes sometimes than it is to go from
I'm
screen
just
to
going off
screen.
camera because I need to poke my fire. 1 second.
Is that a euphemism?
No, it's not a euphemism. It actually is a fire that needs poking.
Okay.
Yes.
So, did anybody bother to read the paper?
Yes.
'Cause I initially brushed off the report of the mysterious creature down by the docks, but the officer who interviewed the city employee who found him was let go with no reason by the chief, who's missing.
Acting chief. It says acting chief in the paper. So yeah, I was thinking about that, and that actually came to mind too. It says acting Chief Wallows, but this detective is saying he's basically the acting chief. I didn't think we'd get much out of the detective tonight, but he seemed sleepy.
There's not to give too much away, but there's also some other things in the newspaper that is linked to some other things that you guys have heard.
Well, I was looking at the comment thing, but it seems unrelated, so I figured I'd just leave it alone for now.
I think because this is the very first game, and I want to make sure that you guys understand to look for things. I really like to use names to link things together. So, that's all I'm gonna say. If I give it to you as a clue, there's a very good reason why I give it to you as a clue.
Gotcha.
Same with me.
Oh,
It may also be worth talking to the detective tomorrow and see what's up with acting Chief Wallows, if the detective is acting chief, and who was the unnamed officer, why was he fired, all that.
yeah, definitely. Um,
Yeah, and you know what? I'll actually pull that newspaper up one last time so people can see it. Who are watching
Me
the stream.
personally, am tinfoil hat enough to connect the comment with the creature that washed up, but I don't think Finn is.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I don't think there's a lot we can do tonight.
yeah.
Um,
So we reconvene in the morning.
We can
Well, I'll-
reconvene in the morning.
We can,
Like,
yeah, we can. Please feel free to meet back here, and we can go from here.
well, in the morning it's All Saints Day, so I'll be busy with mass. But I can see how many people I can talk into confessions and see if I can come up with any information that way.
I'm gonna kind of like grin and say, "But confession is supposed to be secret."
Oh, it is. It is.
Do you mean that you would tell my confessions to others?
Not unless you're involved in murdering off the opponents, mayoral candidate opponents, supporters. I mean, I am under
I will bear that
obligation-
in mind.
I am
I will
under
bear that in mind.
obligation to under obligation to report any harm that anyone is planning to do or has done.
I'll bear that in mind. I suppose probably we would all be going to mass, wouldn't we? To be honest, I would be.
Yeah, I would imagine most of the people at that party would be.
a lot of them, not all of them are Catholic. There are other churches, but there are definitely a couple of Catholics. Definitely Lyle would be going. He's a devout Catholic.
Well, I know that I told you earlier tonight that I haven't been in a while, so I said, you know what? Tomorrow's a good day for me to start, and I'm gonna come on to service, but I'll also be trying to scope out who's all there and who might be heading into confessionals.
Would the person that organised the do possibly be there, or are they going to be somewhere else?
The person who organized it, her name is Carla Winstead. There's a good chance that she could be there. She's a church hopper. Actually, not really. Her husband's Jewish, so sometimes she goes to the synagogue, and sometimes she goes to mass.
Well, I will
Don't
come
pray,
down to see
Father.
Carla.
Just don't pray, but it's a good chance to talk to Lyle.
Fish don't pray.
Oh, see you at St. Michael's then.
Yep, in the morning.
So I
Guys
hope you
move
guys
out the
can
door.
please forgive me. I don't have an interior map of St. Michael's right now.
It's fine.
Don't
You'll never
worry,
be
there will be
Theatre-
one eventually.
Theatre of the mind. Theatre of the mind. I should probably have described my flat, shouldn't I?
It is all good.
So,
Are you guys going? Oh, I'm sorry, Cujo. You go.
well, I was just about to say, are we just jumping to the morning, or we? or how do you-
Actually,
'cause I was gonna
Well,
say,
well-
I was gonna drop off everybody at their place, because I know that we're already at Betty's house, and
First floor flat above a bakery.
okay,
It's a very nicely decorated house. Very nicely decorated room that you were in. You only were in one room. Everything is clean in its place. Nothing looks cheap.
Mm.
It's a nice place.
yeah. Basically, what I was going to ask is if everybody's going to their respective houses for the evening.
Yeah,
I was just gonna
could
like, if I
walk
was
us to the
dropping
books.
people off, I was gonna like, maybe since Quinn's the farthest out, I'd be taking him separately, and I'd just talk with him and like, what do you make of all this? This shit crazy?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense from what I've discovered so far. The only people who had the mushrooms like Top, so they wouldn't have been trying to kill him. And these canisters are strange, and not everybody has these.
Yeah. A weird night, man. I'll tell you that. We're gonna have to figure this out tomorrow. You need me to swing by and grab you, or you got to ride?
Oh yeah, I love to be appreciated. Kind of lift up my cane harpoon.
All right, man. Well then, be here bright and early. See you. Good night. Well, blah blah blah.
Justin, what was the name of the woman? Carla
Carla Winstead.
Winstead. I got that one. Thank you.
Hey, Miller.
Yeah.
Over the middle of the night, I need you to make a luck roll for me.
Sweet.
Okay. Nah, it's okay. You're not gonna die. Not yet. Uh. So, in the morning, Miller, you wake up and one of the windows in your room looks like it had been slightly opened. And there is a note that is on the ground now. I don't have a handout for it just yet. My apologies to the stream and to you. That was having trouble getting uploaded onto Roll20 as well. But it's something that it's a note that says trust Levard, Wallows is dead. And it looks like it kind of looks like it's not written, it's like cut and pasted from different newspaper clippings and stuff, like how you do a ransom note.
And just out of curiosity, because we understand what flats look like, but is he living, like I said, is the place attached to the church? Can he access it through the church, or is it like a separate building?
Yeah, so the way his church works, if he's okay with me having made this call, was that behind the altar, like behind the back wall of the worship space, you can go through a door, and that's where the clergy lives. So that's where the nuns live, as well as the priests.
Okay, so they don't have to step outside at all. They can enter right into the church space
They
from their
can.
living quarters. Okay.
Yeah, it's called a rectory, and sometimes they're attached and sometimes not. When they are attached like that, then you can get to it from both inside the church and from outside.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
presume that window was not open when you went to sleep, Antonio.
Yeah, probably not.
And does it open from the inside?
It's only open enough, like maybe an inch. So it's not like somebody came in. It's like they opened it to put the piece of paper through, but they just didn't close it.
Yeah, but now I got mosquito bites, so
It's maybe in October there's still mosquitoes, or it's actually November now.
well, with that luck roll,
Definitely mosquito bites. At
Yeah.
least. Right in the most painful place. I'm thinking of Bottom now. Anyone here watch Bottom? Or is that too English? All right, I won't then. Yeah.
Sorry, the only BBC I see is on at websites that end with
Well.
XXX.
Bottom is a classic comedy from many years ago, and one of the characters gets bitten by a mosquito on his penis, and he goes, "Yes, I've had a blowjob finally."
Oh, you may.
Anyway, there's your comic break. Back to the story.
all right. Well, I'm just going to go about my business. Getting ready for mass. Whatever, getting dressed, whatever it is my duties are. But I will keep this note with me. And whenever I run into any of these folks or the detective in the morning, then I'll make sure to bring it up to them.
Okay. Is it okay if we all fast forward to mass, or do you guys
Yep.
want to?
Yeah, I was just about to say. I swung by, picked everybody up, and we're all there. Or whoever needed a lift, we're there.
Yeah, I'll take a lift.
Okay.
Yeah. So you guys, mass is starting. Lyle is there. Even Tops is there. Martin is not. The other guy isn't there. And Carla is not there.
I'm going to go and tap Mayor Top on the shoulder and say and give him my condolences and ask him how he slept and how he's feeling this morning.
I slept pretty well. It was very kind of the active chief, Gene, for keeping some guards around me. The kind of concerned about Winslow. He was supposed to be acting chief, but he had a conversation apparently with Martin, and he went on a vacation too. I don't know why everybody's suddenly deciding to go on vacation when I could definitely use more more votes, but whatever.
Just out of interest. So go ahead. I won't interrupt him.
No, I'm mad. Our city worker, Herbert Chester, who seems to be conveniently is able to help me, is able to help with a lot of the things that have been going on lately. He went with Winslow. So I don't know where they went, but there's a couple voters that I'm not gonna see anymore, I guess. Kind of disappointed in that.
Just out of interest, how many people knew your allergies? Because I didn't.
Not too many people. a couple weeks ago, as I'm sure you know, um, I try to be as cordial with Mayor, or not Mayor. I'm sorry, I'm the mayor. That was a Justin mistake, not a Mayor Top's mistake. My opponent, um, we went out to I'm sure you saw in the papers, we went out to our publicity dinner, and they served some shiitakes for an appetizer, and I declined it. I said, "Oh no, I can't. It'll make me very sick." So I guess the only people that would know are the couple of press that was there, the waiter, and maybe my opponent.
Well, I'm very glad that you did not eat that cake. It was very, very horrible to eat.
I've been told that
I did
mushrooms
eat
taste
it.
pretty good.
It's not a nice cake, and I consider myself a connoisseur of cakes.
Okay.
I'm glad that you're well. I'll go and take a seat, a pew. So Winslow, who's Winslow? Sorry, is that the chief?
He was supposed to be the acting chief until he literally left yesterday morning.
Oh,
So Wallows? Wallows, you mean?
Well, yeah, Wallows. I'm sorry, Wallows.
oh, right, okay, that's what confused me.
I'm so sorry about that.
No, about it. No, about it.
As we walked by, before Betty walks off, because I think we're all together as we were walking in. We're gonna also mention, like, hey, we talked with the officers last night and investigators, and they kind of put us on a case a little bit to help out with this situation that we got going on in our city.
Yeah, Detective Levard, he's now the acting chief. He's one of our top guys. A lot of people were kind of mad at me for promoting him. Just not happy that a black man has position of power, but he's good at what he does, so I'm happy he's around.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a good man.
It's 1923. Remember, people who are watching this.
Go visit Lyle and be like, "All right, old friend, who's trying to kill you now?"
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, well, somebody either tried to shoot you or drop a tree branch on you, one of the two.
What do you mean? He kind of looks a little bit squirmy.
How much time do we have before service starts? I know we're all kind of probably talking. Is there? I don't know if there's any kind of music.
Yeah,
playing
there's
yet,
like
or...
that prelude thing that they do, but it's not like the procession has
The
started
organ.
yet. The music director is doing a little woo 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 woo.
Yeah, well, I found out that the incident you had the other night, they found one of those canisters just like at the gala we were at last night. So it seems connected. He said he seemed squirmy. He didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, he's kind of like looking down at his Bible right now. And he's like, "What's your favorite passage, son?" Even though you're probably older than he is. He calls you son anyway.
He's like, "Oh, I've never read that. I'll tell you what, meet up with me again back at the dockhouse. I got some business to talk to you about."
He kind of looks at you, and he puts his hand on your shoulder because you're getting up to leave, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And he just goes, there's a proverb in the Bible about a man who builds a house on a rock and a man who builds a house on the sand. Unfortunately, I thought I had built my house on a rock. And I gotta do what I have to do to not be on sand. And then he kind of goes back down to look at his Bible, and he just starts humming.
Kind of act like I don't know what he's talking about, aware that people are probably overhearing us. Be like, yeah, well, I still need to talk to you about that shipment that you want me to do next week. So let's settle details at work later.
He kind of nods, and he doesn't give you a thumbs up. I don't think that's what they would do in 1923, but he kind of like nods at you, kind of, I don't know, politely, but also very like little.
Go
No.
find my friends, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna go try to grab a seat. Scope the room.
Miller. What is Antonio in this church? Is he giving a sermon today? Is he just like one of the...
Come on, Miller, give us a sermon.
No, I didn't mean to put you on the spot like that. I just wondered what Miller's
I
doing.
did.
No, I would imagine that Father, like the leader, since it's All Saints Day, let me find his name again. Father O'Connor's. I would imagine he would be giving it, since it's like he's the head priest here. That
Yes.
he'd be giving a sermon.
Father Connor O'Connor's.
Connor O'Connor's, right?
For Jesus.
So I'll be doing some support role stuff, handing the plate around, the offering plate around, chit-chatting with people, making sure they feel comfortable.
Okay. Now, Walter was scoping out the area? Is that what I heard?
Yes.
Okay.
Looking for the people that are there and looking for anything peculiar, like people maybe even looking at us, or just kind of like not just if people are just talking and then they're in conversation with other people, more like abnormal.
I'll be doing the same, seeing if anyone looking slant-eyed.
So the procession kind of comes down. We're gonna say that they're old school Catholic, so they're swinging the incense around, even though that's more of a Orthodox these days. There's still some Catholic churches that do that.
Yeah.
They're all wearing their Harry Potter robes and carrying the cross. And Father Connor O'Connor's gets up to do a sermon, and he thanks you all for coming. Thank you for coming to our church on All Saints Day. For those of you who know, we normally ask for tithes, so we are passing around gold plates per normal for our tithes, but we're also going to be passing around red plates for those of you who wish to directly support the mayor candidate, Carl Martin. If you wish to have any help with him winning, please donate. And then he goes on to talking about how fire and brimstone is coming, and how science is an affront to God, and how new discoveries like the new planet Pluto is really another affront to God. And he's kind of Antonio, this is not like him. This is very much a not like he would give a sermon kind of sermon. He stays out of politics. And the fact that he's doing like a fire and brimstone, and how, it's an affront to God to practice science when he himself is very much friends with a lot of the people at Miskatonic University, is very unlike him.
How's everyone reacting? in the congregation.
Funny enough, a lot of the people you notice that there are some people who give money into the red plate, and they're like, "Here, here," almost like a Southern Baptist kind of church. Like people are like, "Yeah."
I'm gonna do what I can since I said I was handing out the offering plates. I am not gonna pass that around. And
Oh,
if
okay.
anyone says anything, it's because that if we do pass that out, that can get our 501c3 taken away like that
Okay.
immediately.
Okay. Then then okay, so it wouldn't just be the people donating money. There are people who are definitely like looking at Antonio, like, "Where's the plate?" Um, and the people who are like clearly like, "Where's the donation plate?" They're the ones who are going, "Here, here," to some of his stuff. And he actually mentions that it is good to sweep what is old under the rug and um, embrace change, for that's what Jesus would wish us all to do.
Does he work for Amazon?
Or Wizards of the
Uh,
Coast.
he does not. Yeah. He works for
Amazon Cinema or whatever. Yeah.
He owns Hasbro.
Gosh.
First you're calling she a he, and now this. Goodness me.
Now we're demonetized.
Anyway,
But the rest of the service goes off pretty much without a hitch.
I'm interested in how the people that didn't support his pronunciations reacted. Shock, just putting up with it.
Actually, that's a good point. There are definitely some people who aren't quite happy with it. There's a little bit of murmurs like, "What's going on? It's an odd sermon." But some of them are like, "Well, maybe it's because it's All Hallows Day. Maybe it's like a test to see if we're strong in our faith to hear this kind of blatant BS that's being given to us."
How did Mayor Tops take it? I mean, he's a politician, so he can probably control himself, but I'll be watching him quite closely.
Yeah.
I was gonna be watching Lyle because he was acting weird a second ago.
Lyle. Yeah, Lyle is nodding his head to a lot of the things that Father O'Connor says. Mayor Tops is basically completely still, just watching. He's alive. He's not dead. Like, he's blinking and breathing, but he's just kind of like there with
Does he look shocked, tense?
I would say he doesn't look like either of those.
Normally calm.
Yeah, I would say that he's taken it pretty all in stride.
Like a true leader. Okay, so before the sermon's over, while he's still speaking, I'm gonna try to find Father Finn O'Leary.
Okay. He's up there on not on the pulpit, but he's up there on like the altar area.
Yeah, the dais. Okay, yeah, and then
I
will.
Yeah, but you could easily go up there because
Right. Yeah, and I'll just kind of grab his arm and lean over and whisper in his ear, "What the fuck is going on?"
I can't even attempt to do an Irish accent without making a lot of people hate me. So pretend that he's
Jesus a lot. Jesus a lot.
So just pretend he's speaking to you in a hushed Irish accent. He's like, he's really taken The Shining to Carl Martin.
Yeah, what brought that on?
I don't know. There's just something almost magical about Martin. I quite like him myself.
Well, this isn't right. This isn't Father O'Connor at all.
Well, remember what Jesus said. live with it. I don't know. He's gonna say something that's kind of makes sense. Like I don't. He goes. Give Martin what is Martin's and God's what is God's.
I think Paul said that, not Jesus.
Jesus actually said that. Oh well, yeah.
No,
Paul said the.
I'm sure Paul said that. I don't think Jesus said anything of the sort.
Paul said the.
Paul
said
render
get
unto render unto God what is God's, and unto the Romans what is the Romans. Yeah.
I do have a question. Something when I'm looking around the church, I don't know if I would know any of the witnesses from the other day from the reports. Would any of those names pick up that I would have known?
Yeah.
So I could have been looking for any one of those. They may not be here, but I just
they that's good on you. I like it. As of right now, no.
So I don't know if I recognized any of them, like those names.
Arkham is a big city, but it's also small enough to where you would probably know the names in passing, and you probably even recognize the faces, and they're not here.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Simon Garfunkel and Kellyan Hart.
Kellyan Hart, yeah.
I mean, Simon Garfunkel is Jewish.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, Bonnie Clyde is a devout atheist.
Okay.
And Kellyan
Derek
Hart
Young
is. I don't know. Derek Young is more of like a Reformed Presbyterian.
Okay.
Kellyan Hart is definitely a Lutheran.
Okay. So I may have even expected that some of those people wouldn't be here anyway.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So we don't know anything that's going on with Antonio, what conversation he just had and his feelings. So
Yeah, unfortunately.
So after the service is over, are we walking out together, or are we gonna meet up back behind in your office?
I think we probably would have arranged to meet in Antonio's office. Yeah, seeing as we're here.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll have time to chit chat with you guys after it's over or whatever. I do want to make sure though, because it's a mass, so it does end with communion, and I want to make sure that the wine and the little cookies,
Wafer, yeah.
Yeah, wafers are haven't been tampered with. There's no mushrooms in them, that kind of thing. So I'll take a little sample of each before we hand them out to everybody.
Okay. Make a sanity check. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You taste the red
I
wine.
did for a second there.
Is it
It
really
tastes-
red wine?
It tastes fine to you.
It tastes salty. Yeah,
It's normal.
Little
It's
iron.
normal communion wine, so it basically just tastes like vinegar and sadness, and it's a regular communion wafer, which is just as dry as a desert.
Okay.
Unless you guys bake the bread yourselves and do communion bread, it's up to you.
Well, I've had communion bread and wine before, and it was always pretty good.
Which bakery
Like,
do
the
they
wine
get
was
this
okay
bread
in
at?
They
Anyway,
probably if they used baked bread, the nuns probably make it here.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
they
so
have
yeah,
their
as long as-
wine locked away because it's prohibition and you can only use wine during communion.
That's one reason to become a priest. I'm always in communion with my God. Gunk! Link!
Okay, so I will meet back up with them after all the festivities, and I've said goodbyes to everybody, and the church is empty, pretty much.
I will walk up to Antonio and I'll say, well, I don't know about you, but that wasn't the usual sort of presentation that I would expect.
It was not, and I actually need to go speak with Father Connor. You
Because
are
last
welcome to
week,
stay here if you'd like, or come with me.
last week his sermon was nothing of the sort, was it? It was a normal O'Connor platitudes. Very
Yeah,
odd.
I'm not sure what he's thinking at all, and certainly collecting money for a mayoral race is definitely not in line with anything the church preaches at all.
Very, very strange. I've never seen him like that before.
Well, I think I should go talk to him. You're welcome to join me if you'd like.
Yeah, I'd be interested.
Or you can wait in the room if you don't want to come. But I am definitely off to Father O'Connor's room.
Tell you what, I'll let you go on your own if no one else is coming.
Yeah, no, I'll hang out here. I will mention though that I tried to have a word with Lyle. Normally, he's doesn't really put much stock in people trying to kill him, given the nature of the business. But he's being weird now.
I'll just ask Antonio as he walks away. Is this personal? Do you want to take care of it, between you and him, or do you want me to come with you?
I think having a lawyer present might be beneficial,
Okay.
since we may actually lose our 501c3 to have the church here.
Yeah, I'll come with you then, sir.
Thank you, appreciate that.
And take a seat and
Okay,
light a cigarette
so
and wait.
we have Walter and Antonio going to the Father O'Connor's office. Finn is going to Lyle's office. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I wanted to meet him at work where it's not suspicious.
Okay. It being a Sunday, he might not be at the office. um, you can press your luck and go and see. But again, it is a Sunday. So, I don't know if you want to try to go to his house instead, or if you want to still try to go to the office. You can still try to go to the office. I'm not telling you not to. I'm just giving you more. I want you to know that you have options.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't want to bother him at home. I was just trying to make it seem to anybody who was listening that we just have some paperwork to sort out for me to go do a job.
Okay. Before I get to Antonio, I'm gonna quickly just do Finn. The office, his office is locked, but you can still get into the company because you're a contract employee. You can get in and out. And there are people there. There are sailors there. And they know who Finn is. There's a couple of the sailors around, who are, you notice, looking at pamphlets that basically say Carl Martin for mayor. He'll raise your he'll cut taxes and raise your wage. And they're all kind of like discussing that. And they're like, "Hey Finn, Lyle give you one of these yet?" And he hands one, give you one.
Kind of look at it for a second and scoff. The empty promises from another empty politician.
Well, Lyle says that if we vote, well, Lyle says he doesn't want to vote. He's going to vote for Tops, but I think we're going to make it worth his while, if you know what I mean. They kind of like start cracking their knuckles to vote for Martin.
You guys trying to get fired? Because I mean, he pays us pretty well.
Think about how much better we'll get paid when Tops isn't raising our damn taxes and putting it towards hospitals and shit we don't need. We don't need higher paid police officers. You and I are on the river most of the time anyway. Who gives a crap about that? Keep more of your money in your pocket.
Last I heard, the Italians support tops too, and that's not a fight that I want.
I'm sure there's a way that they can be convinced. But they're not our problem. Right now, Lyle's our problem. He didn't want to give these flyers out to us, but we made sure to get them. Anyway, they kind of give you a pat on the shoulder and say, listen, if you want to vote for a true leader, I suggest voting for Martin. And if you want us to not like you very much anymore, I highly suggest not voting for Tops.
I'm
You
just
know
kind
what?
of looking.
You know, I hear that somebody might maybe have hold on, let me rephrase this. He goes, I hear that somebody might get paid off enough to release who votes for who. So, I highly suggest when you write Finn down on your ballot, which is going to be a new rule this year, you vote for Martin.
Kind of look him up and down, unimpressed, and be like, right now I'm just voting to get another contract.
And then they all laugh, and then they all start drinking, and then they offer you something. Like, they're not like trying to threaten you. They kind of were, but like now they're just like trying to have fun and just be rowdy with the boys. So they offer you some drink.
Make my way towards dude's office, see if he might be willing to meet me there today, if or not. See what happens.
Okay, we're gonna switch over to Antonio.
Okay.
Yes, come in, Father Antonio. He's
Is he alone?
Yeah, he's sitting at his big wooden desk. And he's like writing some stuff down.
I slip in behind him and I lean up against the back of the wall with my hands crossed.
Oh, you brought a friend.
I
Yes,
just
this is Mr.
keep my
Kovacs.
mouth shut.
He's a lawyer, and I believe he may be of use to us. Can you explain to me what the heck just happened out there?
We had what I assume is a very successful All Hallows Day service. Did you enjoy it?
I did not.
Oh.
It was very far from the types of services that the church encourages us to speak. It seemed very much like a Baptist hellfire and brimstone service, and on top of that, you may have just got our 501c3 taken away from us, our tax exempt. Do you realize that? I mean, I know you learned about it in seminary, but
Oh, Father Antonio, I didn't want you to learn this way. I was hoping that you and I could have a conversation before this, but
isn't that what we're doing right now?
that is what we are doing right now. I've actually put in some word to the Vatican, hoping to have St. Michael secede from the Catholic Church. I would like to make us a private organization.
Are his hands shaking? Is anything going on while he's speaking?
No, he seems like perfectly, like, he's just there. He's got like his pencil in his hand, and he's just like looking at you like he's just conducting a regular business meeting. And he's like, I think that we can do better to serve Carl Tops as a private organization than as a religious one. Jesus is still going to be preeminent in all of our teachings, but I have I have filed for a movement for St. Michael's to be officially, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Shunned from the church.
Okay, out of character, did you mean Carl Martin? You could serve
Yes.
Carl Martin. Okay.
Sorry, the candidate, not the current mayor, but the candidate. He wants
Okay,
to
yeah.
work for him, work with him.
Okay.
Excommunicated? Maybe, I don't know. We wish to be formally excommunicated by the church.
Oh, you can leave without being excommunicated.
Okay, fair enough.
Not entirely sure a church could. It's their land.
Right.
The Catholic Church probably would say no. Yeah.
Now, Father Antonio, if you wish to stay employed here, I highly suggest that you stay under my wing and follow what I think is best for our parishioners in Arkham.
Father Connors, this is a Catholic church. The land is owned by the church. It's not owned by you. I'm not sure why you would want to flush all of this away for a mayoral candidate. Why are you even involved in politics in the first place?
Oh, my apologies. Carl Martin has actually bought this land from the Catholic Church.
When did this happen?
Just the other day. Again, I apologize I didn't get to talk to you about this.
Don't you think that's something extremely important that we all should have known right away? Does anyone else here know?
No. The only other person that knew about this was Acting Chief Winslow. Unfortunately, he wasn't at church service today.
No, he wasn't, and rumor has it that he is deceased.
I wonder why he would be deceased. He was just around the other day. As a matter of fact, he was acting chief.
Right, wouldn't have anything to do with the mysterious creature that washed up the other day, would it?
I mean, old wives' tales and fables have been part of Arkham's history forever. It's probably just a giant, river trout or something.
Yet the acting chief disappears immediately afterwards. And now I find out you've sold the church. You've sold the church.
I think it is just best that we all take a second to thank God that we had the opportunity to be part of being built on a rock and not on sand.
Explain to me how a new upstart mayoral candidate is a rock when the church that has been established for over 1,000 years is sand now. Can you explain that to me? I'm having a hard time.
I'm afraid that only time can explain to you. I just wish that you would trust me. And he goes, I wish to be alone in my chambers.
Okay.
I speak up just for a second and say, well, if you're going to continue to take money for politicians, I'm assuming that you're not worried about it. You must have the police in your pocket because it is illegal, like he said, and you know that. So if you're going to continue to do it and you're doing it openly without any care, you must not worry about it.
We
You
have a
must
lot of people in our pocket.
We? Who's
Well,
we?
should I say our new candidate has a lot of people in his pocket, and I just happen to be in that pocket too.
So you sold
But
your soul.
no, I just thought if the church is not doing its best to help promote Jesus, I will do whatever it takes to help promote Jesus. And I saw that our candidate was going to do his best to help make Christianity something that more people will confess with. They will confess God and Jesus with their tongues.
Carl Martin is not Jesus. And the Father O'Connor from last week would know better than to sell himself to a new upstart mayor. You can have your chambers now. And I'm going to turn around and walk out of there.
Okay.
And I'm going to look for, is there by any chance a telephone that has long distance over the ocean at this point in time?
There would not a phone, but there's definitely telegrams and stuff you could do.
Okay. What about to like a larger?
Like you
church?
could call like Boston or New York. But I think with that bombshell, I'm gonna call this the end of our first session.
Wow.
Okay, good, because I'm gonna have to think about that.
That was awesome, Justin.
Very good.
Good. I'm glad.
Massive page of notes.
And I will have to work on not accidentally confusing my peoples. There's so many names, I accidentally get them confused a little bit. My apologies for that.
Oh, no problem.
Don't worry about it. Easily done.
But I'm going to actually keep you guys on the call with me for just a few minutes after this. But I'm going to wrap up stream if that's okay with you guys.
That's fine.
Sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching the Dark Streets of Arkham. Make sure to come back for part 2. This is a campaign, so we're gonna keep going. Don't
We
forget,
will get better.
It will get better. I'll get better at this. I'm not used to broadcasting my games, so I'm still learning. Make sure to check out Beard Clipper, Cujo, the Overboard DM, Quinian's Budget Crafts, and Miller's Multiverse of Multiverse.
And how many are they? About 4 or 5, hasn't he?
Just keep typing and
Oh, yeah,
plugging
yeah.
all kinds of words in.
There's Ardeval, and what's the other one? The miniature crime scenes one?
Miniature crime scenes, yeah.
True crime scene crafts, yeah.
True crime scene crafts.
I don't post on any of them very often.
Well, make sure to go check those people out. I'll link their channels in the description. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe here on Game On. And if any of you are still interested in some help, I don't think we can take any more players, but if there's anybody who wants to jump in if my players are okay with it, like, have cool NPCs played by Patreon patrons every once in a while.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Have them jump in and out, so I'll have a Patreon link below. I can't believe I have a couple people who pay me to run Call of Cthulhu for them. So, thank you all very much for watching. And as always, game on.
Game on.
Oh,